Hey everyone, it's Sasha Newman here. I am at Apex Fitness and Performance here to interview Sam Cook with his amazing fundraiser he's going to have this weekend with Reps for Reforms. So excited to learn more about this fundraiser. You guys tune in.
The finances, I just was not able at all to be able to afford it and pay for it. It's hard and it's time consuming.
I was on my own. I was lost, trying to seek retribution, but the struggle, we're not asking you for nothing, just for regular decency.
I really didn't have the money to pay for my expungement, and I didn't have help to, even though I was found not guilty, I still didn't have help to pay for the expungement.
I just want to be a registered nurse dealing with anything with pediatrics. I love babies. I love them. I love babies, but my kids are showing me I like to love them and give them back.
It's an idea that I came up with. I actually encountered the Justice and Accountability Center some years ago. They were doing a clean slate day, which is a day where people come in, they get information about expungement of their records. This was years ago, right? And they did an expungement day. They were looking for volunteers to do like intake, and I volunteered, and it was life changing just seeing people coming in that they had records. It had been prohibiting them from maybe getting employment or housing or financial aid, other opportunities, and just seeing what the lawyers with Jack were able to do. It moved me and it stuck with me, and so I tried to keep up with donating and things like that. And so about a year ago, obviously pre-pandemic and all of that, I came up with the idea. I said, well, you're giving, but is there more you can do? And so I came up with a fundraiser that's kind of in my wheelhouse, and so we're going to be holding the Reps for Reform fundraiser, and just to raise money and to also raise awareness for the organization. In the hopes that people will continue to give.
So
I think that in our nation, and certainly in the state and in the city, I think that we are at an inflection point. And I think that people are ready to reassess some of the things that we've done by way of criminal justice, and I think that has really led to a lot of reform movements, both here and elsewhere. Whether it be decriminalization, whether it be reduction in sentences, whether it be parole and things like that. And so, I really said that I don't want this moment to pass me by. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an elected official. I'm not a politician. I'm just a guy that said, what can I do? What more can I give? And I said, well, I can do deadlifts, I can do reps for reform.
I love it.
And so that's where it came from, just wanting to be able to give my small contribution to this broader movement, that was going on. Our goal is to have this to be an annual fundraiser, to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. More people, more donations, keep it rolling, and again, to bring more awareness to not just criminal justice efforts, but I think it's important for people to realize that behind that are people, right? That certainly there are folks that by society standards, they make mistakes, but that we should be a nation and a city and a state that believes in second, third, fourth chances, right? And so what good does it do a person that might have spent 10, 15 or more years in prison to get out and then face additional difficulties? They've served their time. They've done what they were supposed to do. Then they get out and they have challenges getting housing. Then they get out and they have challenges if they want to go back to school. They can't, they may not be able to get financial aid. Then they get challenges. They've got a criminal record. Certain areas of employment are closed off to them. Again, it's people behind that. And so when you have that effect, and you've got these very real world situations where folks are, or they can't find housing, they can't find employment, they can't find ways for upward mobility, and then we wonder why there might be such a rate of return, where folks are turning back to some of the ways that maybe got them in trouble. We have to reassess that, and I think we also have to reassess what justice means to us.
Absolutely.
What does that mean? What does, even if it's lengthy prison sentences, what does that really do, and what does that say about us? And I think that that's something that we have to honestly look at.
Unranked, overlooked, underrated, too slow, too old. Prove them wrong. Apex Fitness and Performance.
A lot of times people don't know how to go about getting expungement. They don't know what the process is. They don't know what the process takes. And for the most part, everyone wants to get their record expunged so they can start a career and they won't be discriminated against in trying to get a job. I feel like the most a person should be charged for an expungement is around $200 to $250, because if you are just getting out of prison and the felony has hindered you from becoming successful in life, then how would you have the money to pay for an expungement if you can't even get a job? My offense is like 11 years old. I got it in 09, and it's hindering me from furthering my career as a truck driver, and I would like to get removed so I can continue my career in driving. If you're dedicated in getting your record expunged, I believe that an expungement is obtainable for you, but you have to continue with the process and just maintain your level of confidence in completing your goals.
Everybody, I'd like to welcome you to Apex Fitness and Performance for the 2021 Reps for Reform Fundraiser to benefit the Justice and Accountability Center. I'm so excited to be here. This is 275 pounds. I'm going to deadlift this based off of your donations. Thank you to everyone that donated, but remember, you can still donate. There is a link in the chat box. You can go in, you can continue to donate, continue to support this important work that the Justice and Accountability Center is doing. I am going to attempt to deadlift this 50 times, right? Which is a lot, trust me. This is, again, 275. I'm about 275 right now. I'm going to do sets of 5, so you may see a little bit of rest in there. That's okay. But I'm going to deadlift 5, rest, deadlift 5, rest. You'll see some nice commercials talking about what Jack is doing. And yeah, let's get right into it. I'm excited. Thank you for tuning in. And let's continue this important work that Jack is doing, right? So let's get to it. Stay tuned.
Its sole purpose is to break the human spirit and to destroy individual integrity, self-respect. It attacks the moral fiber of the human being. And so what the purpose other than to torture an individual for a perceived rule violation.
There were moments that I had suicidal thoughts. It really played on me mentally.
We are actively doing advocacy at the legislature here in Baton Rouge and trying to involve more and more people of faith in the
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Mike Creasy. Today is February 27th. I'm actually here with the advocacy group, and we're talking about different cases that I endured over my childhood and my adulthood. When I became an adult, those arrests as a child had affected my life. You want to make sure that the arrest that you was arrested for is even expungable. Because from my understanding, you got the state police have to sign off on it. The district attorney, and I believe the police force have to sign off every arrest that they make. When I got on jobs, it would be hard to explain to people in human resources about the arrest. And even using my degree, it's like an interrogation. When you have a criminal justice degree, you have to explain every arrest. They want to know, a little bit about you and what your background is. And it's kind of hard just to tell a person that because it came from one person because it all falls on deaf ears. So usually, I wouldn't get a job. So in 2003, I had 10 arrests expunged, which cost me $2,500. I'm afraid a lot of times to talk about those arrests because I know the impact of how people could judge you. For years, it affected me from not even using my college degree, not getting a career job. On yesterday, I got a job as a security guard. I had to go and get a records check, and not a record check show you all your arrests to your employers. The way it's set up, it doesn't show no conviction. It doesn't show that the arrest was non-processed or whatever. It just shows every arrest, when you was arrested, and what the charges were. And I mean, basically, if it is expungible, well, they just give you a little bit more freedom to look at the system. But it's your job and your duty as a person that's been arrested to try to get to the bottom of it.
Solitary confinement doesn't make any sense. if rehabilitation is truly the goal. All of those rights that we are used to and that we take for granted sometimes on the outside, they apply differently and often at a lesser level to people who are incarcerated inside.
It's like suffocating. You know, you there, you don't see nothing out the window, just four walls. And you hear this voice, you're tugging with yourself, you're fighting with yourself. You know, man, why are they doing me this? You know, want to lash out with anger.
For some choice, they might say exciting to ride. You exciting to ride when you're trying to get your rights in a prison system. So a lot of times I went to the block for that, for speaking up for our rights.
Race and our ideas about race influence these decisions, and it's impossible to untangle them. But what does it mean for the people who have spent time in these spaces? Spending days, weeks, and months can have an impact on how you view things and how you react to situations for the rest of your life.
I'm not gonna lie, this was harder than it looked, harder than I thought it would be. But last 5, again, don't forget you can continue to donate. Drop those donations in the chat. Continue to donate, and I am so excited. We're going to do this next year, bigger, better. I am completely committed to doing this annually. So let's hit this last 5. Please cheer me on, and we're going to see. All right. That's 50. All right. All right, folks. So again, thank you so much for all of your support, supporting the Justice and Accountability Center. Please continue to support them throughout the year, whether it be expungement days, clean slate days, whether it be their advocacy work up at the state capitol. Just please continue to support them and all of our persons who were formerly incarcerated. Sam Cook from Apex Fitness and Performance, signing out.
The finances, I just was not able at all to be able to afford it and pay for it. It's hard and it's time consuming.
I was on my own. I was lost, trying to seek retribution, you know, but the struggle, we're not asking you for nothing, just for regular decency.
I really didn't have the money to pay for my expungement, and I didn't have help to, even though I was found not guilty, I still didn't have help to pay for the expungement.
I just want to be a registered nurse dealing with anything with pediatrics. I love babies. I love them. I love babies, but my kids are showing me I like to love them and give them back.